The NordicTrack X32i maximizes training features, screen size, and also price. Let us help you decide if this premium treadmill is worth it. Welcome to treadmillreviews.com. I'm Kaylee, and the giant treadmill behind me today is the NordicTrack X32i. It's a non-folding treadmill with an incline range of -6% to 40%. There's no need to drive to the mountains when you've got this treadmill in your home gym. It has the largest display out of the NordicTrack lineup. It's practically the IMAX of running treadmills, and you really need an iFIT subscription to make the most of it. If you're new to NordicTrack and iFIT, don't worry. I'll be going in depth on the features and training content of the X32i so you know what you're getting into with this treadmill. But first, like and subscribe for more help outfitting your home gym. We cover all the top treadmills, exercise bikes, rowers, and more. If there's a product we haven't reviewed yet that you want to check out, let us know. We'd love to hear from you. This is one of the largest treadmills I've ever used. You need a dedicated spot to store this treadmill. It's 462 pounds shipped, so over 400 pounds on its own. It's 76.5 inches long, 40 inches wide, and 73 inches tall. The deck is about 13 inches high, and when it's inclined to the maximum 40%, you're over 2 feet off the ground. I recommend having at least 2.5 feet more than your height as far as ceiling height goes. For instance, if you're 6 feet tall, you'll want an 8.5 foot to 9 foot ceiling for this treadmill. The X32i has transport wheels and can be lifted by the back of the deck, but I strongly recommend that most users find a permanent location for the X32i. I can't lift it, and I don't think it's practical for most people. The running surface is a super roomy 22 inches wide by 65 inches long. That's 2 inches wider and 5 inches longer than the standard residential treadmill. It has a maximum speed of 12 miles per hour, and there's more than enough room for most runners to hit that pace if you can. The deck is really soft and bouncy, so this is a great machine for testing your limits. With an incline from -6% to 40%, you're in for a real challenge. NordicTrack has a safety feature that limits the belt speed if you go to either extreme. For the decline, you can only go 6 miles per hour at -6%. At 40% incline, 6 miles per hour is the limit. And I don't mind that limited speed. It's still very difficult. If you're trying to run 12 miles per hour at a 40% incline, don't. I can't even fathom that. They've recently upped the weight limit on the X32i from 300 pounds to 400 pounds. I'm not sure if this is due to additional testing or changes made to the construction different from the model that we have. I noticed the belt slipping a little for me at the 40% incline, and I'm well below the weight capacity, so I'm curious what has led to this update. The motor is a 4.25 continuous horsepower DC motor. I love how responsive the motor is. Of course, this treadmill is going to take longer to incline than a treadmill with a 12% incline just because the range is so much bigger, but it's really impressive once you factor that in. The warranty is 10 years for the frame, 2 years for parts, and 1 for labor. This is not a commercial treadmill. NordicTrack's commercial series is a bit of a misnomer. It just represents the high quality of the residential treadmills in this series. All right, so let's get into that giant display on the X32i. As the name suggests, it's 32 inches, and honestly, I feel like I'm staring at one half of the screen at a time. To be fair, I'm only 5 foot 4 inches, so I'm looking right at the screen, and if you're taller than me, you're going to appreciate this size way more. The X32i needs a Wi-Fi connection and an active iFIT membership to view the content. Put the X32i in a place where you can get a strong internet connection for the best training experience. That will keep your video quality high. The size of this screen makes it super easy to interact with and hit the button you intend to press. My biggest complaint with the X32i is that the curved stability bar gets in the way of the screen and the bottom quick adjust buttons. Then the screen gets in the way of the two cup holders. If you have your phone or water bottle in these cup holders, it is tricky to reach them, especially when the treadmill is at a flat grade. However, the inclined handles and the stability bar are really nice to have. I like the support they provide. Because iFIT automatically adjusts incline and speed, or you can adjust them from the screen, I have to give the X32i a pass for not letting me access those bottom buttons as easily. The X32i has great smart features to support its iFIT training. There are Bluetooth speakers and audio to pair headphones or listen out loud. There are also closed captions on the iFIT classes, so you have a ton of options. Bluetooth also allows you to pair a heart rate monitor. My Garmin watch connects very easily from the Bluetooth menu. There's also a fan on the X32i. It has 3 speeds as well as an auto setting. With the auto setting activated, the fan will speed up or slow down with the treadmill. So it would be slower for you if you're at a walking speed and pick up the pace once you do. I like how hands-free NordicTrack has made this treadmill, and there are others. It helps me concentrate on my workout without having to press a ton of buttons. Keep in mind, you do need iFIT for most of these features, including the auto setting on the fan. But I think I've mentioned iFIT enough without telling you what it is, so let's get into that right now. iFIT is a training platform with thousands of trainer-led classes. The treadmill classes are filmed on trails all over the world. Your instructor will tell you about the terrain you see on the screen and give you coaching advice. Each class comes with preset incline levels that match the grade you see on the screen. So if your trainer is going up or downhill, you will be too. The speed is preset, but once you start overriding the speed to go faster or slower, iFIT will learn your fitness level and adjust the current class and future ones to your fitness level. If you pair a heart rate monitor, classes with active pulse will adjust the speed to keep you in the right heart rate zone for the type of workout that you're doing. The X32i's massive screen and great incline range allow it to give the most immersive iFIT experiences out of all the NordicTrack products. Because the X32i only shows iFIT content, you really need a subscription. You can't access streaming apps or other third-party apps. Without a subscription, you're currently limited to the manual training screen and one featured iFIT class. iFIT also has a Google Maps integration. This uses the images in Street View to create a virtual run based on any route Google has information for. You draw your own course on the screen, which is really fun and cool. As far as entertainment goes, you can watch the iFIT classes and you can listen to music. There are genre music stations available in the iFIT classes. The stations are updated regularly, so you can listen to current songs or choose a decade station for throwback hits. If you aren't going to subscribe to iFIT, but you want the incline range, go with the more affordable X22i, the X32i's sister machine. This will save you some money while still giving you access to that great incline range. With iFIT, the X32i is really awesome. All right, so now I'm going to show you how the NordicTrack X32i performs. You can also hear how it sounds a little bit too. Right now, I'm just walking at about 1 mile per hour, so let's crank that up to 3 miles per hour, so more natural walking speed. Okay, first thing I'm gonna do is decline the treadmill to its maximum -6%. And if I wanna run, it's gonna cap me at 6 miles per hour. So that's the maximum while running downhill. But then if I go back up to flat, then I can speed up again. All right, so now I'm hitting about 8 miles per hour. But if I go to that 40%, it's gonna pop me back down to 6 miles per hour. Now, normally, I would just hit this grade at about 4 miles per hour and still be running. But I'm gonna try to hang on. So stick with me. I'm grabbing these incline handles for support. Whew. And let's slow down. And then I'm gonna hit that decline. So let's go back to flat. Whew. See, I'm just at 3 miles per hour and I was still jogging there for a bit. All right, so if I slow down even more, going to 1 mile per hour, then I can do something pretty cool. You can grab these handles here. They have little sections just for doing this, and I can actually do a sled push. All right, so not typically how I would use the treadmill, but it's a nice feature to have. Typically, I'm going to be just running, so let's take it back up a bit. And now I want to point out that cushioning to you. It's super soft underfoot. It feels super bouncy, and I feel like I can really hit faster paces or go a lot further with this treadmill. It's so much easier than running outside. And if you're building up your routine or training for a hard upcoming event, the X32i is an awesome tool for that. There are a few points where the NordicTrack X32i is practically unbeaten. The -6% to 40% incline range is only matched by the X22i when it comes to residential running treadmills. The screen is one of the largest I've seen on a treadmill at 32 inches. Outside of commercial grade machines, which cost double or more, the X32i has the softest cushioning I've tested. It's perfect for walkers, runners, hikers, and trail runners who need to recover, build speed, and increase their distance. iFIT provides awesome training content, and you'll be missing out if you don't subscribe with the NordicTrack X32i. Thanks for watching my review of the X32i. I hope you have a better idea of whether this treadmill is for you. It's quite the financial commitment, and if you want to check out its current pricing, follow our link in the description. Making a purchase through this link helps support our channel and does not increase the price for you. If you stayed to the end of this video, let me know in the comments which feature, the incline, the screen, the cushioning, maybe something else, drew you to this treadmill. I'm Kaylee, and thanks again for watching.